Hey everyone, myself Kashaf Naeem Dar. I am a pharmacy student with a passion of curiosity, conversation, deep dives into the minds of young brilliant thinkers. And today I am joined by someone who might just be the most impressive seventh grader I have ever met. Now I know I am supposed to be the host, but let's be honest. I am not the smartest person on this call because on this other side of the screen is someone who's redefining what it means to be the seventh grader. Please welcome unstoppable, most inspiring, and one and only Malka Lohana.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here and slightly nervous, but mostly excited.
Before we dive into the questions, I want everyone watching to understand just how extraordinary today's guest is. She's not a seventh grader, she's a force who references it and probably teaches it to her classmates. She's an overachiever, an overthinker, and an overdoer. And she's doing it with heart, humor, and hustle. Let's begin with the quick introduction. Malka, could you please tell us who you are, what are you passionate about, and what drives you as a student and a person?
Hello, myself Malka Lohana, a class 7 student at Data Science College. Today, I'm excited to share some of my achievements and experiences that reflect my passion for learning, creativity, and community achievements. I am a Japanese language speaker, a web developer, and a graphic designer. I had always been an active student and I make it point to participate in every school activity and event with full of dedication. I have always been a part of various youth and international programs including Rose On Foundation, Climate Day hosted by Aquaguard Alliances, She Nutris program, Yes You Can Be a Global Foundation One Day, MUN, SARC, and many more.
Alright, now we have met the legend herself. It's time to dive into the part you all have been waiting for. Questions, no scripts, no filters, just the real thoughts from the seventh grader who's drawing more than the most adults and thinking deeper than the most philosophers. Malka, are you ready for the ultimate question and answer round?
Born ready.
So let's go. Question number one is, what does a day look like in your life?
Well, a day in my life is a mix of school, learning, and creating. I start my morning with school, focusing on my studies and participating in activities. After school, I usually spend some time working on projects like designing, graphics, building websites, or learning Japanese. I also dedicate time to reading, researching for my programs, for planning upcoming events. In the evening, I connect with different youth groups or work on my personal initiatives like EDU Spark Islands. Of course, I also take some time to relax, spend some time with my family, and just.
So let's move further. How do you stay motivated throughout?
For me, motivation comes from remembering why I started. Every project I take on, whether it's designing something, learning a new skill, or running EDU Spark Islands, connects to my bigger goals of inspiring and helping others. I also break my day into small milestones so I can celebrate little along with the way. And of course, I make this for things I enjoy so my schedule feels exciting instead of exhausting.
You really think so that school prepares you for the real life? If not, then what's missing?
I think school does prepare us in some ways. It teaches discipline, teamwork, and the basics of many subjects, but real life often needs skills we don't always learn in the classroom. For example, things like financial literacy, emotional intelligence, communication skills, and adaptability are so important in the real world. I believe schools could focus more on physical, hands on experience, problem solving, and encouraging students to explore their passions outside of academics. That's where I have learned the most, by actively doing projects, joining programs, and working with people from different backgrounds.
One book, movie, or a show that might have changed the way you think and why. Suggest it to the other people too.
For a book, I had said The Seven Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Curvey. It completely changed how I think about productivity and making the most of my time as a student.
If you could invent one gadget to solve a real world problem, what it would be and how it would work?
I could invent one gadget, it would be a smart study assistant. It would be like a combination of a planner, tutor, and motivation coach in one device. Here's how it would work. I believe something like this would really help students stay on track, manage that time effectively, and make studying more enjoyable. It would be a huge game changer in managing school life and the pressures that come in.
If you were the leader of the world for one day, what would be the first law you pass?
If I were the leader of this world for one day, the first law I would pass would make free and quality education. It is a basic right for every child, no matter where they live or what their background is. This law would ensure that schools have proper resources, trained teachers, and safe learning environments. It could also include the access to technology and to students in remote areas can learn just as they want in bigger cities. I believe education is the root of all of the progress. If every child has the chance to learn and dream big, we could solve so many of the world's problems in the future.
If you had to teach a lesson to your entire school, what would it be and how would you teach it?
I had to teach one lesson to my entire school. It would be called the power of starting young. I had to show everyone that you don't have to wait until you are an adult to make a difference. You can begin right now. I would share real stories, including my own, of students who have taken small steps to create by big new skill. Or I had give them tools and resources to actually start right in the session. My goal would be to inspire every student to see themselves as a leader today, not someday.
What's the hardest challenge you have ever faced so far and what did it teach you?
Hardest challenge I faced was so far was managing multiple commitments, schoolwork, projects, language learning, and community work at the same time. There were moments I felt overheaded and over questioned if I had taken too much, but instead of giving up, I learned how to prioritize, break tasks into smaller steps, and ask for help when needed. This challenge taught me that balance is not about doing fewer things, but about doing the most important those well and protecting your energy to what really matters.
Most of the people wants to know, is it more important to be kind or right? Why?
I believe it's more important to be kind than to be right. Being right might win you an argument, but being kind can win someone's heart, trust, respect. Kindness comes to those who understand and collaborate, even when people disagree. If you approach someone with empathy, you can still share your perspective without making them feel small, and sometimes kindness can change minds more than facts about you could.
You have answered many questions. Malka, the audience wants to know, where do you see yourself in 10 years and what one thing you hope never changes about you?
In 10 years, I see myself leading impactful global projects, maybe as founder of multiple initiatives that can combine education, technology, and creativity to solve real world problems. I hope to be working with amazing people from around world, creating opportunities for others just like the ones I have been given. One thing I hope never changes about me is my creativity. No matter how much I achieve, I always want to keep asking questions, learning new things, and staying excited about every opportunity that comes my way.
It is mostly influential that in today's modern world, you need to unlearn certain things. What's something you wish you could unlearn and why?
Something I wish I could unclear is the fear of making mistakes. Growing up, we are often taught to avoid failures at any cost, but that mindset can hold us back. If I could unless that fear, I had replaced it with the understanding that mistakes are not the end, they are stepping stories to the growth. Inspire how much more creative, confident, and adventurous we had. We do not worry so much about getting everything perfect.
Thank you so much, Malka, for your appearance in our interview. Malka, your answers have been honest, brilliant, and honestly kind of mind-blowing. You have shown us what it means to think deeply, care fiercely, and do more than so much. All of you people kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and wait for the new video. Bye bye.